And President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has reaffirmed his commitment to economic and security reforms, assuring Nigerians that while the current economic hardship is challenging, the long-term benefits will build a stronger and more resilient nation. The president made these remarks when he received a delegation from the Catholic Bishop Conference of Nigeria (CBCN) at the presidential villa in Abuja. The meeting touched on critical national issues including economic policies, insecurity, education, and religious unity. Our correspondent Victoria Konde has more details in this next report.
President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has reassured Nigerians that he understands the economic hardships they are facing, but maintains that ongoing reforms, including the removal of fuel subsidies and tax restructuring, are necessary to secure the nation's future. The president made these comments on Friday in Abuja during a courtesy visit from the leadership of the Catholic Bishops' Conference of Nigeria (CBCN). Leading the delegation, the president of the CBCN, Archbishop Lucius Iwejuri Ugoji, commended President Tinubu's administration's efforts to reposition the country. He acknowledged the impact of fuel subsidy removal on citizens, but lauded the tax reforms, describing them as a long-term strategy for economic stability.
The removal of fuel subsidy in particular has caused considerable hardship, a reality of which you are undoubtedly aware. We also take note of your initiative in the tax reforms, which in the long run we hope will generate more resources for advancing the common good. We earnestly pray that at both national and subnational levels, adequate checks and balances will be instituted to curtail waste and promote prudent stewardship of our nation's resources.
Regarding religious pilgrimages, the CBCN recommended that the government stop funding such trips and allow religious organizations to take full responsibility. They argued that redirecting public funds to pressing national needs would be more beneficial.
Efforts should be made to ensure that religious practice in Nigeria fosters unity rather than division. Your Excellency, given the limited resources available, we believe that the federal and state government should allow religious groups to take full responsibility for organizing pilgrimages.
Addressing the delegation, President Tinubu highlighted the importance of economic reforms in steering the country away from financial instability. He explained that while removing the fuel subsidy was a difficult decision, it was necessary to prevent the country from bankruptcy and to ensure a sustainable future for generations to come.
What seems to be a very difficult beginning is now showing us hope. If you see competition among the petroleum sellers, Dangote and others in pricing, if you are seeing the prices of foodstuff going down, so, and you mentioned pilgrimage. Majority of the farmers are paying their ways because they have bounty harvest and they are making economic gains from the harvest.
On education, the president responded to the bishop's request for the return of mission schools taken over by the government. He clarified that schools fall under the jurisdiction of the state governments, not the federal government, but cited his own actions as a former governor of Lagos State, where he returned mission schools to the original owners.
Loan fund to help the poor and ensure that our children are not left behind because of tuition fee and all of that. Thank you for what the degree of investment in education that you have been Catholic, faith has been making in education. And we credit that, and we will find a way. Although the student loan is not extended to private institutions, we'll find a way to see whichever way we can help your medical school.
Also present at the meeting, the Minister of Information and National Orientation, Idris Mohammed, underscored the need for patience, stressing that economic reforms often come with temporary hardships before yielding positive results. He noted that security in the country has improved significantly with safer roads and better conditions for farmers.
Today, not only does the federal government have more money to spend to bring about the kind of promises that the president has promised at the very beginning, but also to ensure that the future, according to the president, as he always says, the future of our children and the children yet unborn will not be frittered away.
As President Tinubu continues to push for economic and security reforms, the discussions with the Catholic bishops reflect the ongoing dialogue between the government and religious leaders in addressing national challenges. With assurances of better days ahead, Nigerians remain hopeful that these policies will translate into tangible benefits for all. Victoria Akonde, TV360 News, Lagos.